How am I saving money? I'm saving on luxury vacations and clothes, not on food yet.
Who likes to save? I don't. Quite honestly, I'd much prefer to be able to go out more with my girlfriend's 2 children.
Staff are being cut wherever possible. Those left behind have to pick up the slack.
As long as there is work to do, that is, because not a few companies have slowed production, reduced working hours and cut orders from suppliers. Ambitious expansion plans can wait in times when even big firms are struggling to survive. But how much penny pinching can a business take? And how is an economy supposed to get out of a recession when companies are too busy saving? Let's try and find some answers.
The most obvious cost-cutting measure is also the most controversial one, laying off workers. Let's take the Schaeffler Group as an example. The German ball-bearing company is deeply in debt and plans to save around 250 million euros through layoffs. Workers have taken to the streets in protest. Mandatory cost cuts can backfire, annoying workers and reducing the efficiency of the company. So the management needs to ensure cuts are distributed fairly and workers understand why action is needed.
Cost-cutting measures can best be implemented when the entire workforce is convinced they are necessary. And of course, in extreme crisis situations, it's always easier than at other times. There's a sense of solidarity then. We have to pull together to save the company from bankruptcy.
Another option is to force suppliers to cut their prices. That's what fashion label Hugo Boss is doing. The clothing company has been hard hit by the crisis, so it's asking its service providers and suppliers to lower their prices. Hugo Boss is even asking for part of the money it paid last year to be refunded. A kind of discount in retrospect. And that's the next problem. When one company starts slashing costs, others are inevitably affected. Problems can also arise when a company takes its cost-cutting too far. Berlin's commuter railway system, known as the S-Bahn, is a case in point. For weeks, the German capital has struggled to cope with the crippled rail service. It's been unpleasant for both commuters and the rail operator. The problems are the result of years of cutbacks, with critical reductions in rolling stock, the closing of repair shops and staff cuts.
When a company starts saving in essential areas that will determine its ability to adapt and develop in the future, then it can be critical. A company can save itself to death.
So Berlin's S-Bahn is an example of ill-advised cost-cutting that can actually end up costing the company a whole lot more in the long term.